Hey guys, Mike, IronTrap Garage. This week we're doing a life in the week of IronTrap. We are at Gasket Goons car show. Matt and I got here at 5 a.m. this morning. Cars are starting to roll in. So just shooting an intro. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the show. You guys have already seen the video. This is coming out after the Gasket Goons video. So tag along for us for the week. We got a bunch of cool stuff planned. And at the end of the week, we're heading out of town to go pick up some good stuff. So let's walk around and see what's here. I gotta get some of the cars rolling in. So let's get to work. Morning guys, it's Monday morning. Gasket Goons was on Saturday. Kind of took the day off yesterday. Matt got a little bit of work done around the shop. We got a trailer load of stuff left over from Gasket Goons we got to take back. Got all the tables in my truck, and Matt and I did a little cleaning on the side of the shop this past week. The back of his truck looks like a scrapper's headed to the junkyard. So we had all the wheels, tires, brake drums, that kind of stuff on the side of the shop. It's now going to the warehouse to be organized and sold. Morning.
Looking hard already.
Yeah. So it looks like Sanford & Sons going to the junkyard, but it's all good stuff.
Rusty gold.
Yeah.
Treasure. Trying to clean up around the shop and get all of our stuff in one location at the warehouse. So I've been stashing stuff side of my shop and all over the freaking county. So we're trying to get all this stuff together, and we're finding treasures in.
Yeah, that box over there was filled with brake parts, and we were pulling stuff like
it was like this high.
Yes.
With just parts, and we went all the way to the bottom. Like, I didn't even know I had this many juice backing plates and drums and stuff. So now when people ask us for parts, hey, do you have a set of wide 5 rear drums? We can go right to the shelf and say, yep, we got 3 sets. Here's the photos of them. Which do you want? Whereas now, I just tell people no, I don't feel like it. So apologize to everybody in the past. I'm just like, nope, don't have it. We probably had like 3 sets. I just didn't feel like digging.
Yeah, we found like 2 sets of 36 specific front drums in the bottom of that.
So we got some more stuff now that the Mercury is gone,
and the trailer
and the junkie trailer. We have some stuff just to go through. We have a bunch of axles. Here we have an open drive rear that we got at the 32 farm. We still haven't gone through. So we're gonna try and get this stuff like condensed and
save what's good, yeah, junk what's bad.
Exactly.
And those drums are also filled with parts too.
Yeah, those drums are filled with steering boxes, tie rods, axles. There's some more axles behind there.
As you can see, we haven't opened them in a while.
Yeah, they're kind of out of control. So we're trying to get this stuff all cleaned up and also working out pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I was working on Sunday. We'll show you guys.
Oh, also another update. We're started on building a building up top.
Yeah, we're about to sign the contract for the building on top. We're just waiting for the final quote and all that stuff. So
hopefully by midwinter, January, December, or December to January, we should have a building on top of there.
We're hoping.
Yes, as long as Matt can get all his pesos together.
Yeah, fire sale. All right, so you guys saw 34. That thing's. I'm taking a break from that car for a week because I literally spent all last week stripping the paint, like every day, 8-10 hours.
Matt needs to let all his shoes dry.
All my shoes are
You're gonna have trench foot. You're gonna die like a World War II soldier.
Definitely would. So Sunday I was working on this. We had a couple of visitors. We did Gasket Goons, as you guys saw, and our buddy Jason came by after Gasket Goons on Sunday with Pete, and they came and visited. we'll drop a photo here. He stopped by and we hung out, but while they were here, I had the original Olds fan that I bought from somebody, and it was like just about touching the radiator here. So I started looking out online, and I found on eBay a chrome.
It's kind of hard to see, but yes, that is chrome.
Yeah, it might best see it from this angle. There's an old chrome Chevy 6-cylinder. I'm gonna get my little fixture here. So it's all fit up. That looks like it was an easy job, I'm sure.
And the thing is, the 6-cylinder fan is actually shorter, so it did not need to be modified to clear the radiator.
It didn't need to be shortened. It needed to be modified.
Wow,
so
that's true.
I took a gamble, hoping that like GM would have just like made all the bolt patterns the same on the water pump. So I got it in the mail, cut the box open. I'm like, nope. So what I did is, here's our original fan. So what I did is I took and put, oh, that doesn't fit. The other one has a smaller hole too. Anyways, so this, I took the water pump pulley, and I have this end that I machined that fits tightly in this hole, and then the other end, this fit in the large hole on the fan. I machined this just real quick, put that together. That located where the bolt pattern overlapped, marked it out, actually welded up the holes on the fan, and then I marked them again and re-drilled them. And I ended up using, I'll go get it, one of the local guys, Dennis, that stops by. He brings me, he owns a shop, and they're doing all kinds of, mostly like a lot of mechanic, just normal repair work. But he brought me a bottle of this stuff. I used it on the fan to save the chrome while I was welding. It's this Kimball Midwest Thermos Shield Heat Protection Gel. It's almost like the stuff they spray on.
You used that before on this, right?
I don't remember. I've used it a couple times. He sent it to me, but like every time I use it, I'm not like filming. But he was like, this stuff works awesome when they're doing like exhaust systems on cars, and there might be a gas tank or hoses, and they want to be safe. They just hose it down with this, and it's like the stuff you see them like wipe or spray on when somebody, like a burn victim. It's kind of what this stuff looks like.
Well, it's also keep that handy in case we burn ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So I covered the fan in that stuff, and then I welded, and what it did is I cleaned off just where we were welding, and the stuff kind of like, as it was heating up, it kind of like sizzled off, but it didn't get hot. So like, and then when the fan was actually still hot from a heat soaking, I sprayed it again when I was done, and it actually like kind of soaked it in and kept it from peeling any chrome. So I had like no chrome peeling at all on that thing after welding. It was just a little area where the holes that I welded up were, I sanded the weld down that we had no chrome, and then I re-drilled them. So this is neat stuff. I've just been using it, a couple times I've used it. It's worked well. I don't know anything about the
probably
company.
like $1,000 a squirt bottle.
Probably, but Dennis gave me a bottle that'll probably last me quite a while.
Yeah.
So thank you, man.
And the good thing is the modifications that you did, to actually see them, you would have to get out your AACA official mirror.
It actually like overlapped some of the holes. Like it was like, I could have probably just like drilled a hole next to it, and it would have like overlapped. You probably would have never seen with a washer, but I just didn't feel comfortable with the fan maybe wobbling around.
Send it flying out through the air.
So I made this little fixture piece here and centering tool, and that centered everything up, and it was like, everything was so tight that I got a really good location. And when I bolted everything together, I made the holes in the fan like just a hair bigger than the actual bolt hole. So everything fit really nice and tight. So I don't have any worries about it.
We'll see how it spins when we fire the engine over.
I think it's good. I'm pretty confident in it. So I tightened everything down. It clears really well. We've also been working on, Steve started working on, I finished up for the most part, all this stuff. So we've been trying to get the clutch line, trying to figure it out to make it look decent.
Because they should be opposite, really.
Yeah.
To make it look good.
To make it look right. So what we ended up doing is there was already a hole here for a brake line clamp. So I got a second one and turned it. That was off this car. We're reusing parts that we found, in the bins. And I put it over here to hold it. And then Steve had bent and kept against the firewall and put it there. So everything fits. It's probably hard to...
But we didn't really explain...
There you go.
Oh, there's wrenches on that tire. We also didn't explain this car had a mechanical, like a linkage clutch before.
Yeah, right here there was like
big hole.
There was a big rod that came out to like here, and I think they had some kind of weird linkage.
And we're not really sure what engine this had originally or transmission.
I think it was
before Larry bought it. We're not 100% sure, and everything minus that arm was missing. So trying to make it work.
You can see everything fits now. I ended up having to machine one of the bolts on the steering box, but you can get in there, get the screw to bleed it, the fitting to take the line on and off. Everything fits up. I'm waiting for, I ordered one of these blocks from, I think 3rd Gen V8. They're like a early V8 store that we've been ordering from on eBay or from their store. Again, not sponsored, they're just good early Ford people. We've been ordering from them and I've had great service because they actually know what they're doing. So like when I order a part, I don't really get wrong parts because they know what everything is. So anyways, this had one of these fittings on it that I think is later like 53 or 54 Ford and up. Use this style banjo fitting. I could only find one in my stash that was usable. This is one, but it has pipe thread in it. It doesn't have like a seat for a high pressure line. So we just used it for mock-up. So we're waiting for that to show up with an, on that. And then once we get that in, I can flare this line and this will be done and we can bleed the system. And then really once that's done, we're just down to putting some gaskets on the engine, drive shaft, plumb the fuel lines, and we can fire this thing.
Yeah, so, finish up wiring.
Yeah, carbs need to be rebuilt, but like we can do like a test fire here real soon. So that's all the stuff we're working on in the background that like I work on for weeks at a time. People are like, what's the update on this car? Well, I spent like a whole day on those two little things. Really not that interesting for a video, so we're skipping over and showing you here. So got all that done. We're gonna head over to the warehouse and go through that stuff and show you guys.
3 hours.
Yeah, photos, unloading, should be fun.
Good thing it's like supposed to be pretty hot today, so let's get to work. On the mark today?
Let's see. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
That's pretty far off.
That's way far off. Screwed it.
Oh. I got it perfect the first time. Come on. You gotta go down more?
No, no, no. Stop there.
Try number 2.
Good thing we're going down empty there, buddy. A little off. It's all right. It's your first. You haven't been here. You weren't here at all last week.
I got it perfect when I was by myself.
Big drop, big drop. Like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, you got like trailer keys, shop keys, basement keys, building keys.
Alright guys, Fall Carlisle is next week. Wednesday through Friday we will be there. Our spaces are IL32. We'll have a small array of parts. We are set up next to our good friend Pete Trumbauer, so he'll be watching the space and helping you guys out with any parts that we have for sale. Now Matt and I will be walking the fairgrounds most of the day, Wednesday and Thursday. But we will be available at the booth from around 12 to 1, around lunchtime for an hour or so, and we're going to head back out and try and find some good deals. Now Friday, Matt will be at the booth all day, hanging out, talking with you guys, and hopefully selling some merch, because we have some new items to bring to Carlisle and Hershey this year. We have a full restock of our sweatshirts, the pullover and zip up. They'll be available at both events, and we also have long sleeve t-shirts for the first time, small to 5XL. Now the sweatshirts and long sleeves will not be available online till after both events. Now Hershey, which is the week after Carlisle, the first full week of October, spaces same as 2019, C4T, 25 to 27. We have a big pop-up tent this year, a 20 by 30 tent. So if it happens to be raining on the day that you're at Hershey, be sure to stop at our booth, dry off for a little bit, and maybe take a look at some parts we have, and maybe buy a t-shirt or a sweatshirt to start over with some dry clothing. We're bringing a ton of parts this year, a lot of stuff, 32, 33, 4, 35, 6, all the way up to about 40. We have a ton of stuff Matt and I have been spending the past couple days going through palletizing, pricing, labeling, so please stop by, say hi. Same thing for Hershey as Carlisle. Wednesday and Thursday we'll probably be walking around most of the day. Catch us around lunchtime, and then Friday we'll be at the booth for most of the day, saying hi to you guys and hopefully selling some parts. So hopefully we'll see you guys at both events. Other than that, let's get back to this vlog. Morning everyone, it is Wednesday. So we skipped yesterday. We didn't really do a whole lot of interesting work. We did some finished work around the shop, did a little bit of work on the 34, which you'll see in an upcoming video. Changed some wheels and tires around, working on perfecting the stance. Did a little bit of work to the lift, changing up some wiring. Matt was working on the Schroll 32. I shipped some packages, sold some fenders. It was just a little bit of everything day, nothing that exciting. But today we were actually getting ready. It's pretty early in the morning. Matt may still be asleep. I haven't called him yet, but we're headed to Baltimore to do some filming for Cabin Fever Auctions. If you remember, they are the people that helped us get in contact with the family with the Packard that we filmed in Philly. That lead was from them. We're really good friends with Jared and Gary, and we're gonna head to Baltimore and do some filming of an estate down there for them. So let's hop in the truck, drive to Baltimore. All right, what'd you find in here?
So I was looking at these photos. I noticed a Chevy brochure here. Chevy 2 Corvette Chevelle. So this apparently is his parents' address when he first got it. This is the original owner's manual and all that stuff for the car. And then there's a little note here. B. Warner's, Texaco, East Pennsboro, Pennsylvania, July 30th, 1966. For $3.15, he got the wiring repaired. And a receipt number. But
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is the original owner's manual, so this will go with the car. That's why it's so important to look through this stuff like we always say. Make sure that the correct parts go with the car and don't get separated and sold separately.
This is my kind of work.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you don't actually buy the stuff, so you don't have to do as much of the work. Usually it's me buying junk like this.
Yep.
Try that, Mike. I got it wrapped on this end of the hitch. Just barely going to touch it. So. He's just rubbing it.
Let's get some of this debris out from under.
That's good, Mike.
Thank you.
That's the problem. It's tied to the wheel.
So if I bid on this and win, can I take just the steering wheel?
Steering wheel and 2 tail lights. Yeah, that's the whole one. Yep.
Mac shows up with a hacksaw.
Here, thank you. Well, that was a fun day.
It's a little hot today. We had really nice weather about 3 weeks ago. It was like 65 and 70. It's like 90 today.
Yeah. So we were helping Cabin Fever Auction Company. They gave us a call. Gary called us and said, hey, we got a neat estate that we're doing. We're pulling a bunch of old cars out and some stuff out of a garage. We know you guys love that. Would you like to come along and document it? So we went with. We just got done digging everything out. It actually went fairly easy because the stuff was kind of just lined up and everyone drug it out. So it's been surprisingly went really easy. So now we're gonna get everything back. Those guys are gonna process everything and eventually it'll go on an online auction. There's gonna be a video coming up here soon. And we gotta jump in the car tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, well, not in the car. We have a box truck. We have a box truck and we're making a bomb run to Tennessee. So we'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Matt's gonna get some work done around the shop, hopefully. Maybe. I am going to, maybe, we'll see. I'm gonna go home and spend the day editing because I have a handful of videos to edit and get ready. So we'll check in tomorrow, see what we got. Hopefully this old Studebaker on the back of our trailer doesn't fall off. So hopefully we make it back to PA. So do you think we're gonna buy enough stuff to fill this?
I don't know. I got the biggest truck I could get just in case, because
It's got a side door too.
I'm an overachiever. So we know that this is big enough that we could fit pretty much anything we want in here, including a car if we absolutely had to. But yeah, we're gonna be heading down to Tennessee and picking up some stuff. We'll see what we find. It's gonna be very, very fun. And,
A lot of driving.
Yeah, and slow, because this thing is slow, and this thing has some kind of crazy like warning light in this truck that I've never had before that yells at you when you get too close to somebody.
Nice.
So it's very annoying. So that should be fun for 10 hours each way.
Yes. Alrighty, let's hit the road.
You have to lower everything. That's a little too much. I'm sure. That's a little better.
You ready to go?
Yeah, on the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. Oh boy.
Jeez.
I'm used to these air brakes. I might run into my tree too. This should be fun. I didn't really pull in at a good.
I know, I was gonna park right there and I was like, that's probably a bad idea.
I don't know why I parked here. To be honest, I had like my whole yard.
Yeah, you had all this free space. It's okay.
I could have driven into the yard. Just turn around. Actually, we're doing all right here. I don't know if Okay. Now we're on the road again.
Ugh. Air brakes.
What? Oh.
I mean, slamming all the brakes. All right, now we can say we're on the road.
This should be fun.
We're real truckers now. That's so awesome.
Probably scared that person.
Yeah. Our last fancy truck was not this fancy.